Hello YouTube and welcome to Allie's Wonderland Creations. I am Alice Seraphin and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. Well, today we're going to do some stamping. Yay! It's what I love to do. So we are using the Forever Fern stamp set because it's in the catalog and I have this one. We are using the Forever Flourishing dies. I think I have done every die but this one in this, so I'm going to set these aside so they're out of my way. And what are we using? So we are going to use only Old Olive ink. If I didn't just lose it. Nope, here we go. We are using a couple of pieces of Very Vanilla. These were out of my scrap bin. I got in my container of card bases, and that's where I got the Old Olive. Now, this is a very old of confetti cream that Stampin' Up! Used to carry. This was in my scrap bin. That's going to go on the inside of the card. I also got into my bit of scraps to see what I could find, and I found this bit of soft suede. And I have this little scrap of Old Olive. We'll see if we used it. Now, what else have I used that I didn't put down? Oh, the Pear Pizzazz you can't see. Let me show you what I have pre-done. Okay, so I had some scrap pieces of Pear Pizzazz and I stamped on them with Old Olive. So that's what all those are. They're all stamped in Old Olive ink on Pear Pizzazz. Then I die cut the dies that didn't have any coordinating stamps in Mossy Meadow because I had that in my scrap bin. So let's get to making this card. There's not anything to show you. So I need a piece of scratch paper because I'm all done. Let's see. Some copy paper will work. And what are we going to do? I want to do some stamping. So I have my card base. I have a quarter sheet of cardstock in Very Vanilla. And we are going to stamp on this with Old Olive ink and some of the coordinating stamps that I used already on the Pear Pizzazz up there. If you guys can see them, like I will show you. This one is this. So we are going to do, like I said, we're going to stamp. So I don't really want that stem in there. I want it coming off of the side like so. We're going to, it's so gorgeous. This is one of those distinctive image stamps. We're going to do 3 of these on this Very Vanilla. We will trim the Very Vanilla down, but I like to do that after. So let's get some more. I have this leafy image, which here you can see that my die cutting was not off, so I just kind of fussy cut around it. It will work for what the purpose is. We're going to go right there. We're going to come in there. Oops, I got a halo, but it's going to be good. Trust me, it will come out just fine. Next, we have this beautiful leafy image. And we are going to come in the center, though you really won't see that. Let's see if we can get that. Yep. And we're going to start all over again. Okay, I've got the halo business going on. I'm not liking that. So let's start again. 1 in the center on one side. Don't know why the other ones. 1 in the corner. And we're going to go in this corner right here. Move my paper up. Like so. Now the other ones I'm going to double check that I don't have my halo effects going on here. On my stamps. I do not want that on my card. So I'm going to do my best. I want that one right there. I'm not going to push as hard as I was because that's what was causing it. We're going to come in like so. This is such a pretty stamp set. I haven't really done a whole lot with it, but boy is it pretty. Okay, so I got some halo from the last one there. I'm going to wipe that off. Stamp it up. Now I'm going to do the stem coming in the card. Like so. Alright, now I have these wee little ones, which I now am going to kind of fill in. I'm not sure much of the center. In fact, I'm very sure a lot of the center is not going to be shown. Let's do some this way. Even though I know I'm going to be cutting off some of that. I just have to. It's just my habit. Okay, so we have that done. Let's stomp. Let's stomp on this. No, let's do our envelope. And I really liked this image, so we're going to do this on our envelope there. And then on the two corners of this envelope, we're going to do these two little ones that are very similar. And that is our envelope, and I'm going to set that way over there, out of my reach. Let me clean my hands off on my little chamois. Get some of that excess ink off. Now I'm not going to put my ink pad away because I might choose to use it again, but I'm going to move that aside. So we have our Very Vanilla, which is a quarter sheet. I forgot I wanted to do some sponging. We're going to do some sponging too. So, very light. So, this is what was left from me doing my die cut. And I thought that would make a great stencil. So, that's what we're going to do. We might just do this one. Let me find the sponge daubers because my green blending brush is oh so missing. That is not the right color. That I know is not the right color. That's olive. Yes, you could label them, but me, no. All right, so let's see. I think we're just going to do this one. And I want to add a little bit of Scotch tape to make it. Let's see. I'm going to add some Scotch tape right here. There we go. Now I'm simply going to lay that, tap off, and straight up and down, okay? Straight up and down is going to give you a nice soft. I'm not blending, I'm not rubbing, I'm just pouncing straight up and down. Oh, definitely needed that. Definitely needed that. So now I'm going to use some of this leafy part. Let's see, there's that. We're going to come in like so. Straight up and down. Just gonna give a little bit more detail to our image here. I'm gonna switch back to this one. Pounce, pounce, pounce. And I am going to switch to this side and do as much as I can. Right. I'm missing something there and that bugs me. So why not do it like so? That's how we're going to do it. Straight up and down. So pretty. Okay, so we're going to bring this one in quite a bit. Straight up and down again. using it like a stencil, a mask, whatever you would like to call it. Get some in there. Really pretty filling this in now. I am going to do that whole one just like so. And of course, this is one of those cloth pads. If this was one of the new ones, I'd really have to be gentle in tapping on it with my sponge dauber. But this is one of my older pads. I don't have a new Old Olive yet. I've got other things I want to buy, and this one is still doing its job. So we will let it do its job. Now I'm seeing where this is missing some here. This is too, so we're going to put a little bit in there. And then up in here, I think I'm just going to work this part of it up to here. Just like so. Yeah. And then maybe a little bit of this here, and that is going to cover that for me. I'm looking right here. I'm going to flip it over and do a wee bit right there. So now you can see all the work we've done, giving some more foliage of it around there. Now we're going to cut this down. I'm still not going to close my ink pad up, but I want this to be right now it's 4 1/4. I want it to be at 4, so I'm going to take 1/8 of an inch off of each side because I want it, you know, kind of equal on each side with my stamping that I'm removing. And now we're going to do it again. This gets a little difficult. I want it to be 5 1/4, which is right here. So I'm going to remove what I'm thinking is about 1/8. I might have a little bit more removal on one side or the other, but that's all right. Get it up there so I know it's straight. All right. Now we're going to place it. You're going to see the nice border we're getting around there. That's what we're going to start with. Next, I have this piece here of soft suede, and it looks like it needs about another 1/4 of an inch off. So that's what we're going to do. Let's see. Maybe it just needs, we'll look at it. This was just in my scrap bin. Now, if that's 4, I'll show you what I'm trying to do. Okay, 4. And this is 3 1/2. So 5 1/4. It really does need to come down another 1/4 of an inch. So my piece is now 3 1/2 by 4 1/4, and I might have just messed it up, but we'll see. Yep, we're going to take another 1/4 of an inch off. So just because of, so now it's going to come down to 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. Much better. I like that wide border all the way around. So you can see how we're starting to build our image here. Now next I have this piece here is where our sentiment is going to go. And I'm trying to think. Let me show you which one I wanted to use, and we'll see if it's going to work. I really like this. You can do this in the hello. I might just do a small hello, and then you can do this on the inside. So let's see. May not need that whole sheet after all. So I know I want that here. First of all, let's go ahead and glue our card base down. I'm going to use the large bottle of Tombow. Thank goodness cardstock has two sides. And I don't think the card is going to go this direction. Let me get this in camera view. I'm kind of liking that it opens this way, and that's kind of the direction I'm laying. I know it may not look like that right now. Okay, so this is our soft suede. I wanted that neutral color to kind of balance this out. So now we're going to start adding elements. I know that I only did one of these ferns, so I'm going to be cutting this apart. I'm going to cut these little ends off here and those little ends off here and the tip. And that way I didn't have to cut two of them. Now I have 3 pieces I can use on my card. Now I do have 2 of these, which I thought would be pretty this way. So let's go ahead and mount this down. It's just not helping me. I know that I want it on the card. It's not helping me by just floating out there. So let's glue it down. I really, really like that on there. Next, we are going to start with these darker mossy meadow green. This is where I need my little tiny glue bottle, but we'll try that kissing technique on this as to not get so much glue everywhere. That may not really work. Here, we'll just kiss it in a few spots where I got so much glue. Maybe. Laying them on top of each other, especially when they're going a different direction, is not good. Okay, so one is going to go right here. Let's just get that in play. I can always add some glue to the other pieces that are coming up. And this one down in this corner. You may not be able to tell, but it has some embossing in there. I don't know if you can see those ridges. It's just so pretty. All right. Next, let's see what we have. We have these that I pre-stamped in on Old Olive on Pear Pizzazz. And we're going to glue this down. And I'm going to do a bit of a kissing on this too, just to get some of that glue up. I'm going to add that one right there. I'm not worried about the stems on these, about gluing them down. They are going to be covered up with my sentiment, so it's okay if they're poking up there for now. Next, I'm going to add a little bit more of the fern. Maybe build it out some. Oh, let's see what else we have. I've done quite a bit. So we have this one. I think we're going to come in and do a little sponging on this one, just to darken it up some on the leaves. I'm not re-inking my dauber. I'm just using the ink that's already on it to give it a little more color in here. And I do like that, so I'm going to glue this down. You can see where I fussy cut it because it wasn't quite what I wanted as far as my die cutting was off. So I just fussy cut around it. Like this needs a little bit trimming there. There we go. Now I definitely want to bring in some more greenery to here, and I really like that. So let's get some glue. lift this little petal up. There. This one is going to come on the other side. Same thing. But I'm flipping it over. That one didn't get any glue on it, so there we have it. And it's starting to fill itself in there. Next we have these gorgeous leaves, which we're probably going to pop these up, I would say. And I have all these little ones. We can do some filling in. Some in Pear Pizzazz and a couple in Mossy Meadow. Just to add, let's see where we think we can put them. Just where maybe it's missing some things. Just extending that greenery out. So if I put one there, I know I need to get some going on this side. Like so. Yeah, can't pick it up. Doesn't want to be picked up. Let's get this one in here. Let's pick a spot. And let's see the way it's opening. I got one there, one there. I think we'll go right there. Doesn't have to be the exact same on all the way around. I hate when I get glue on my fingers and then it sticks to everything. Okay. Now we have a couple of Mossy Meadow ones, which I'm trying to figure out where I would like to put those. We might wait for those. Okay, now let's work on our sentiments. And what are we going to do for this? You know what? We have a really cool rectangle punch. Oh no, I wanted to do the hello, didn't I? Okay, we're still going to use our rectangle punch. I really like this. And let's see. I'm thinking of backing this. May not use the rectangle punch at all. Might just back that up like so. Or let me see, I have my neutrals. Let's see if I have another piece of soft suede in here that we could use. I do have another piece. Okay, let's see what that's going to look like. That's why I love. I do. Oh, I wish I had a bigger piece of old olive. I do have a piece to mimic our whole card front. That's what we're going to do. So I want, first of all, let's punch my rectangle because that's going to determine my other pieces. So I'm going to come in here and do a rectangle. We're going to stamp on this, but this is going to give me the measurements for the rest of everything. So my rectangle is 2 by 1, almost 1.5. So 2 by 1.5, or I'll show you. It's easier that way. So let's put this in here. We have 1, 2, 3, 1 3/16 of an inch, and I want 1/4 of an inch all the way around it. But first, I should cut it this way. I'd save my paper. So we're going to go 2 1/4, like here. This piece is 1 3/16. So 1, 2, it should be right there. And that should nicely frame this. And everybody's talking, so sorry about that. Next piece, now we're gonna, this is at 2 1/4, so I want this to be at 2 1/2. So I'm not pre-cutting it because I wasn't sure. And that piece is not big enough. Hold on. We're getting kind of loud. Let me shut my door. Sorry, everybody. I know they knew I was doing this. Let's see. So, this piece doesn't look like it's cut straight. All right. And this is 2. We want a piece that's 2 1/2. Now back this way. This is my process of how I make things. So there's 1. That would be 1. Be 2. So this is 1 and let's see, 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8 16ths. And we are going to back that. Back that. And yes, I know it's a bit reversed, but that's okay. And I'm really kind of happy with that. I think we're going to mimic, if I don't just ruin this. I was thinking we could mimic. No, we're not going to go that far. We are just going to go with it. Okay. So that's going to get on with dimensionals. And let's move on to the stamping of our rectangle punch here. I want some old olive, which I didn't close up, and I did not get the hello out of, but let's do so now. Because that's what it's all about. We are going to put the hello in the bottom right hand corner. Just like so. Hello. And then we are going to go ahead and add, I'm going to stamp off. Stamp off in stamp. And I'm going to use this leafy one, just the top part of it, in full strength, right there. Just the tips. I don't know why I stamped off, because I do want it full strength. I want it coming in a bit. I really like that. Okay. So let's move those aside and bring in here. We are going to do this straight down to the card, to the soft suede rectangle. Now this rectangle piece here, we are going to pop that up, but I'm thinking I want some twine to just add a little bit more element. And we have the Baker's Twine Essential Pack, and we have some very vanilla in here, which I think we're going to go ahead. That's not very vanilla. This one is very vanilla. I think we are going to add a few loop-de-de-loops here, just to make it visually interesting. I'm going to get my handy dandy Scotch tape friend here to help me out. So let's add that there. add a loop there, just kind of letting it fall and loop like it likes. Sometimes, maybe not, depends on what I want to do. Boy, isn't that just loopity loopity? I wonder if I can get it to stay like that. Kind of vine looking. Twist that over. Let me get a look. Place this on top. Okay, that's really bugging me. You can see I'm struggling here, aren't you? You can see how sometimes what you want and what you get are not always the same thing. Trying to get it to work its way over this way. Okay, let's just start all over again. I'm not gonna struggle that hard with this. Pull it out, give it a good stretching. I do not know why I'm struggling. I think because I'm frustrated because everybody was talking and causing a uproar here a minute ago. That really bugged me. All right. We're just going to loop it and do what I normally do. We're going to make some loops. Not big loops. Then I'm going to make a loop. And then I'm going to cut this. And lay that where I want it. And I'm going to do it again. Make a loop. Tape it. And it's still struggling with me. It will work. There's a loop. I kind of want a bigger loop in the center here, like so. And I might then just tie a big bow right down here. I think we're going to do one more loop and then tie a bow. There we have it. Now let's get dimensionals on the back of this. And they're in right hand cabinet, second drawer. And I'm going to put 5 on the back of this, just so it helps stick all that twine down. Okay. You can't get it to work one way, make it work another, right? Oh. And this is now crooked. There we go. I like the idea of adding this here underneath my bow. So let me make a bow. This is, I'm like, that is white. That is not the fairy vanilla. Let me see if I can do it. Nope, I'm just going to bring the bow maker in. It'd be so much easier. Sorry, everybody, but I want a nice bow. I think I'll do a double bow. wrap it around twice, go under like so. There we have it. Sometimes you just have to make it work for you. And I like that there, but I want one of these little, where's my good snips? I want one of these little leaves. I think I do anyways, right underneath. I'm gonna give it kind of like so, and then the bow right there is what I was thinking, but I might have to do it there. Okay, let's just get it on there. Just a little bit at the very end, and I'm going to put it right underneath the hello. Yes, I'm liking that. In fact, I might even bring in a little bit more for the other side. Just at the end. There. And then my little bow is going to go in the middle, and my little container, this little, with all my stuff in it, should have some glue dots. And I'm going to use my sewing needle to pick up a glue dot, set it right in the center. And there is my pretty little bow. And I'm really happy with the outcome. Let's move everything aside. But we're not done. We still have to do our envelope. Not our envelope, our card on the inside. So this is our card. It says hello. And then when you open it up, we have this, which we need to cut down some. So we don't want it that big. We want it 4 by 5 1/4, which is right there. And we're going to do some stamping on this with our same stamps that we used. So I am going to bring this one in and put it right there. And this one I'm going to do some stamping off. Stamp off. Bring it there. I'm just huffing on it, activating some more of the ink. I really like that. And then up at the top, I'm going to do this. And then turn it. I'm huffing again just to activate more of the ink. And where is my saying? You can do this. Love that. I need a block. Might work if I used one. You can do this. So full strength. Like I said, we only used. Let's test it out. Make sure I don't got a halo. You can do this. Very encouraging card. Oh, I love that. I wish we still had this confetti cream paper. It's so pretty. So now we're going to glue this to the inside of a card. And we just made a beautiful card with the Forever Flourishing dies, the Forever Fern stamp set, all in greens. What a gorgeous, gorgeous card. Should we put some bling on it? Why not? There is no reason not to. So let's put some just basic. Oh, hold on. I have the basic gem rhinestones, or I have these in green from the Garden Gems. but I haven't used all of them up. So let's use some of these if I can get them out of the packaging. There. Let's see. Here's one. I don't want to put it right there. Put one there. One there. Just 3. One medium. One little. That really draws your eye. I'm happy with that. So here's our card. I hope you enjoyed watching me make this card. I hope you try making a card all in green. Gorgeous. You can do this. And our envelope. Ta-da! So that is my video for today, friends. And come visit me back in my wonderland. Bye-bye now.